Please be seated.
Last name, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
We want to say good evening. My name is Kent Vermeer, and I'm the principal at Tarpon Springs High School. I'd like to welcome each of you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2009. It's an exciting time as students finish their studies at Tarpon High. And I want to say a special thanks to Mr. Ford, Mr. Cheeseman, and to Ashley for their participation tonight at the beginning of our graduation. I would also like to introduce the guests that are with us on the stage this evening. First of all, Mrs. Robin Weichel, a member of the Pinellas County School Board, and she'll bring greetings from the school board.
Good evening. Okay, 09, let's get some. Cheer, good job. Woo! Wake up, there you go.
At one time, the senior class had the same thoughts about you as freshmen, but look how you turned out. I've watched this class step out and help those in need. I've watched you work with each other to solve problems and make improvements, whether in the community or at school. You have developed into young adults that have put the world on notice that you are coming, and the world had better pay attention. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. What are those things in your life that you need to act on and you need to value? Randy Posh was a college professor that found out that he had cancer and only 6 months to live. He gave what he called his last lecture to challenge people to think about their lives and where they were going. He was then, when he ran across brick walls in our lives, we tend to see them as barriers to stop us from moving in that direction. However, he views it like this: brick walls are not there to keep us out. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want something. How many times do we see the world in this light? We know what is right for us to do, but what happens when we reach the brick wall? Our values and beliefs are looming in the distance. Rather than wanting to stand up for what we believe and putting forth effort to make the right choices, we see how we can bend our values and beliefs so that we can go around the wall and not have to address what it represents. Our picture that we paint for ourselves and everything that was important starts to fade and run together with every choice we make, go around the challenges in our lives. We don't decide overnight that integrity or caring are no longer important values. But slowly, with each decision we make, those values in our self-portrait fade and become blurred. John Bloomberg tells the story of a group of people who decided to take a raft out. In the ocean, they wanted to see where the waves were breaking. As they traveled out, they focused only on the distant waves and not on the distance that they were traveling. As they got closer to their destination, they decided it was time to turn around and head back. They realized that with all their effort, they were still being pulled out to sea. As they faced the shore, they could see the large markers that had indicated to not go past that point. They chose to ignore those markers stretched along their path, and they were slowly now being pulled in the direction that they could never have imagined. As with our values and beliefs, he summarizes his story by stating, "We don't go running away from our values. We go drifting away. One day, wake up in a place we never meant to be, drifting in a direction we would never have chosen." But without hesitation, you need to be able to lead and help people you call friends. Do not hesitate to speak up when things are being done that are not right. Support and take care of your friends by telling them you are not driving after you've been drinking. Do not allow others to ridicule and put down other people, but be tolerant of those that are not the same as you or your friends. Albert Einstein summarizes that the biggest danger to the world is not the bad people, but it's the good people who don't speak out. Isn't that the way we have seen this many times in our lives? Think about even the last few weeks of your time at Tarpon High. I know that you can remember a time when you stood silently by or just turned and walked away. You knew what was happening was just wrong. You started your drifting out to sea, but you didn't even realize that you had started your journey. For some of you, by the time you do realize you are on your journey, you'll be caught in the current, taking you places that you could never have imagined that you would ever be. A small poem that I recently saw on a site from Mac Anderson, who is the founder of Simple Truths, states that there are 3 words that are secret to success. These 3 little words are the secret to success. They are the difference between average people and top people in most companies. The top people always do what is expected, and then they do some more. They are thoughtful of others, they are considerate and kind, and then they continue doing that. They meet their responsibilities fairly and squarely, and then they do some more. They meet good friends and helpful neighbors, and then some. They can be counted on in an emergency, and then some. I am thankful for people like this, for they make the world a better place. Their spirit of service is summed up in these three little words, and then some more. What is your life going to look like when you take that picture of what you've been drawn and actually put into practice? Will it stay bright and clear so the entire world can see what you stand for? Will it fade into a mass of colors that no one knows? The choice is yours.
Are you bored?
Hi guys. As I was trying to write this speech, I took the time out to look in my freshman year yearbook. Besides getting a good laugh at all our pictures, I noticed what Jeff Bennett wrote on the inside cover. Jeff started out as a cute kid I met at a football game and turned out being like a brother to me. He simply wrote, "Stay who you are." So that got me thinking, did I stay who I was? Well, I hope not. I like to think I'm not the awkward 14-year-old girl I was my first day at Tarpon. But I'm also proud to say that the friendships I've made here with the students and teachers alike have led me in the right direction to the person I want to become. I believe I've stayed true to my morals, and being a part of the extended Tarpon Springs family has and always will help me grow into who I want to be.
As we assemble here tonight upon this field, together for the last time as the class of 2009, we are certain of one thing. We must shape our lives as we will. As we face a future that grows more and more uncertain in its meaning and undefined in its possibility, facing a world seemingly full of despair and desolation, we must shape our lives as we will. Crashing markets, a warming globe, nations torn by war, whole populations ravaged by famine, inequality that stretches beyond Rwanda and the Sudan to even our shores. The vast majority of the world's people going to bed every night in abject poverty, plagued by despair. And yet in our world today, we must ask ourselves, as Tolstoy asked, how then shall we live? The answer to this question is ours alone. We must shape our lives as we will. Unburdened by the manipulations of others, free to choose our paths for ourselves. We must reject the patriarchal systems that would have us forfeit our choices and render us powerless. We must shape the world as we will. We are faced now with these existential questions, and we are compelled to choose. First, we must remember that not making a decision is a choice in itself. Apathy, choosing not to make a choice, is making a decision which may affect us indefinitely. Whether we know it or not, that choice will be made for us by others by default. And making the best decisions involves as fundament knowing who we are. And so we must shape the world as we will. To uphold our greatest traditions of civic duty while refusing to resign ourselves to the failures of previous generations who taught us self-interest rather than service, contempt rather than community. Instead, we must stand for a world rooted in social justice, rooted in equality, and founded in freedom. To illuminate our hearts with hope, to recognize that our futures will not be forged for us, but by us, and that we are free men and women under the sun, united in the light of justice, shaping our world as we will. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at its flood, leads on to fortune. Amid all the voyage of our lives is bound in shallows and in misery. So said Brutus to Cassius, "To you, my fellow graduates, I say, on such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves and lose our ventures." Thank you. And next, it is my pleasure to introduce the illustrious, absolutely wonderful Grace McKinnon, Principal's Choice.
Our dreams contain the wishes, hopes, and the expectations we choose to pursue for the rest of our lives. They are dreams because we have not yet attained them. They are dreams because they demand pursuit and commitment from us. They are dreams because they give us the reason to wake up the next morning. They are dreams because they continue to form the path we must take in our journey of life. They are dreams because they cause us to focus on the satisfaction of the promise they set before us. They are dreams because they light a flame deep within our soul. Our life is formed by the dual role we play in our own dreams. First, we form our dreams by filling them with wishes, hopes, and expectations. For all your tears, excitements, and prayers of our parents, and the patience and the relentless commitment of our teachers. You have been the stabilizing anchor in our lives. Our hope is to offer the same support to those who would follow in our footsteps. Go, graduates, we have done it together. So in a somber yet commemorative conclusion, I echo the same words Eleanor Roosevelt spoke years and years ago when I say that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. After all, as I gaze out into the sea of faces of my friends and peers, I can finally see that dreams do indeed come true. Congratulations, class of 2009. Thank you.
Everyone has at least one person who helped guide them through the past 4 years. Whether it has been a parent, friend, teacher, or some type of mentor, we didn't make it here on just our own merit, which is why we all should show our appreciation to those who played an instrumental role in our lives. As for myself, I have had the privilege of obtaining invaluable skills and knowledge from some very gifted teachers. Just a few who have made an impact on my life are, the people who deserve the most credit are my parents. They're the ones who put their lives on hold so that I could achieve my goals and become the young woman I am today. No matter how far-fetched or insane my aspirations may have seemed to me, to my parents, they were never out of reach. Their encouragement and support has meant everything, and I am blessed to have these two wonderful people as parents. I warned you that this would be the cliche "thank you everyone" speech from a girl who most of you didn't even know existed. But with sincere thanks to all the parents, teachers, friends, and mentors, I can be sure that all of our futures will be anything but cliche. Congratulations, class of 2009. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce my fellow salutatorian, Corey Hartman.
My experience at Tarpon, however, proved these rumors to be false, although the teachers on the second floor of the 25 building scared me a bit. But in all seriousness, I met teachers that truly care for their students and hope for nothing less but total success. There are so many people that we have learned from and will remember. Mr. Wagner was always there to share his words of wisdom. He joked about the Muffies and Skippies of the world and always encouraged us to enjoy a chicken patty or two. There was Mr. Fulton. What could we not gain from a man so wise? Just this year, he was awarded the title of Teacher of the Year for his renowned organizational skills and many hours spent planning for his classes. Mr. Pretty, the best stats teacher ever, who taught us how to solve any problem in life by doing his mouth tool belt, which consists of letting out a scream and shout, dig deep, and whip it out. I could not stand up here and leave out Mrs. Sadanoff. What she lacked in height, without her heels, she made up for in personality. She was always there to make us laugh and pass comments, some appropriate, most not. And finally, since Tarpon is most known for its vast majority of Greek students, and if you don't believe me, come on a campus on Greek Good Friday or Epiphany, I think the most important lesson we have learned is that the Colosseum is indeed in Italy and not Greece. How any of these things will benefit us in life, I don't know. Maybe 20 years from now, when we are screaming and shouting inappropriate comments at our boss in between bites of our chicken patties, we will look back and think, maybe Tarpon was all about what we should not do. However, I believe life's journeys, lessons, and mysteries always find a way to help us out in the end. And so here we are today, all 86.3% of what was our freshman class. Thank you, Mr. Armstrong and Mr. Vermeer, for that statistic. We finally made it. We survived the harsh swine of '09, witnessed the election of our first African-American president, and have endured 4 years at Tarpon High. We are graduating seniors. We learned how to get by and got away with everything. That is except the senior campout. We cheated, we lied, we flattered, and we worked. But mostly cheated, lied, and flattered. I leave you all with this. To all you future bulls, gators, Seminoles, and other animals or Indians, or SPC. Never forget what the almighty Sponger has bestowed upon you. Good luck in the future, study hard, have fun, and once again, congratulations, class of 2009.
Short and sweet.
Now please give a round of applause for the class of 2009 valedictorian, my good friend, Danny Chang.
Thank you for that, Corey. Good evening. When we began our high school careers, it was hard to imagine this day would ever come. 1,460 days, 35,040 hours, 2,102,400 minutes, and 126,144 seconds. And yet, that day is here. Time, the young view it as a friend, the old as a foe. Though our point of view may change, the memories from our years at Tarpon High will remain as intact and as real as anything tangible in this world. Percy B. Shelley wrote, quote, "Fear not the future, weep not for the past. For the past and the future exist only in relation to the present, and as such, each present moment is precious in its own right. It is a value we place on every moment that will shape not only our lives, but the world."
Trying to get through it.
Brent Ahern. Kyle Ahern. Kelsey Albina. Angelica Alexander. Lily Althauser. Jessica Amlaw. Brittany Anderson. Brandon Anderson. Olivia Anderson. Grant Andreas. Crystal Angelo. Evangelia Anthis. Alexa Ann Arata. Ben Arnheiter. Marissa Arnold. George Arvanitis. Christian Avila. Marley Babin. Tiffany Banks.
I know, I didn't see y'all. I'm so sorry.
Taylor Barnes. Brianna Becker. Jeffrey Bennett. Damon Benton. Anthony Beretta.
Here's Alex.
Lisa Bertini.
Right there. See?
Dylan Besaidnote.
Look at my camera.
Alexandra Bigley.
Right there. See?
Audrey Blanchett. Amanda Borges.
Like 8 more.
Christy Bowen. Brittany Boyden.
Right there.
Amber Brescia. Andrew Bridges. Dominique Broccoli.
Looks very happy.
Jonathan Brooks.
She's after this guy.
Alexandra Brotman. Alex Cabeza. James Canning. Cody Capabianca. Michael Capiello. Brandon Carpenter. Megan Carroll. Michael Chambers. Yunmin Chang. Emilio Chavez. Chesser. Sarah Chong. Johnny Chorvat.